Hello, welcome back. My name is Ola, aka the Piano Encourager, and if you're new to this channel, I'm learning to play the piano, learning to play the keyboard. This wonderful keyboard here, and I'm hoping that through my journey, I can be an encouragement to you to also embark on that journey of learning to do whatever it is that you want to do. Whether you're learning to play the keyboard as well, or learning the language, or learning how to cook, or learning how to dance, or to swim, whatever it is, that I can somehow, through my journey, be an encouragement to you, and you can be an encouragement to me. We support each other that way. We hold ourselves accountable to each other. Um, I was telling you about getting a music teacher because I couldn't learn. I just wasn't making any headway by trying to read this book by myself. And I told you about my first lesson, in which the teacher told me about the middle C, which is in the middle of the keyboard, which is essentially my home key. That is my anchor. That's where I start from, and then work my way from there. Um, I also told you that at the moment, my music teacher's on holiday. So, because it's holiday season, so I've been left to my own devices really for the last couple of weeks or so. I've had seven lessons so far, seven lessons, each half an hour, and my teacher's on holiday. So when he gets back, I'll resume my lessons. So I just wanted to bring you up to date with what I've done so far, with what I've learned in those lessons. So essentially, I told you about the middle C, but I'm not sure if I told you that the keyboard has seven alphabets, A to G, um, and that's quite fundamental. But also, you also have to learn how to position your hands. That's important. The right hand, the first finger, the thumb is where you put your middle C, and then that's your second finger, third finger, fourth finger, and the little finger is the fifth finger, and that's how you position your hand on the keys. Same with your left hand. The thumb is the first finger, and work well all the way to the little finger, which is the fifth finger. And that's how you place your hands on the keyboard. Also, you need to know how to hold the keys down. You can hold it down for 4 beats, or you can hold it down for 2 beats in the bar, or 1 beat in the bar. Those are the things that you need to learn as you progress. So, first lesson, you told me the basics, laid the ground rules, and now I'm going to bring you up to date. So the one thing I do want to show you, which is quite fundamental, is that the keyboard has seven alphabets, A to G, and I just thought I'll show you in the book because it just makes it a bit easier. Then I'll show you on the keyboard as well. So that's the middle C, but it starts from A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and that just repeats itself. I'll show you on the keyboard as well now. So that's the middle C, and then we go C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, and it just repeats itself. That's what happens. But the most important bit is positioning of the fingers. So that's my C, middle C, in the middle of the keyboard. With the thumb, C, that's what I learned how to play basically. And what needs to happen is that you need to know, like I said, if it's 4 beats in the bar, if you're holding down for long time, that's 4 beats. You can hold it down for 2 beats and for 1 beat. So that's quite important. And when you first start learning to play, you play with your right hand. It's called the right hand denotes the high notes, and it's called a treble clef. And then the left hand, I'll tell you about that in a minute, is the bass clef. But essentially, you play the C, D, E, F, G, C, D, E, F, G. So those are those 5 fingers. So thumb is the first finger on your middle C, second finger on D, E, F, G. And that's what I learned for the first few lessons. Just practicing how to place my fingers on those keys and knowing what beats I'm playing, whether it's 2 beats, whether it's 4 beats, whether it's a single beat in the bar. And that took a while, just getting to understand placement, position of the hand, how to sit at the keyboard, making sure that you're sat upright, making sure that your feet are placed flat, because posture is very important as well, and just making sure that your hands just slowly caress the keys. So that's what we've done so far. That was about lessons 2 to about 4, lessons 2, 3, 4, just learning how to position the right hand and play the keys. And as I said as well, even though I'm having half an hour lessons with my music teacher, essentially, I need to practice at home as well. That's more important than anything. Practicing at home 10 to 15 minutes a day, 5 days a week as a minimum, because the more you practice, the more your brain absorbs the information, the more your brain becomes more familiar with the skill you're trying to develop. So that was the first few lessons, learning how to position the right hand and play the keys. Next, think about lesson 5, 6, 7 was about the left hand. Similar sort of thing as well. With the left hand, it's still finding the C, the middle C. That's middle C with the left hand. The thumb, that's your first finger. And if that's middle C, then you can just imagine what the others should be. Because if that's C and you're going leftwards, so that's C, and that's got to be a B, and that's got to be an A, and that's got to be a G, because it goes alphabet or goes all the way to G, and then F. So going backwards, C, B, A, G, F. So it takes quite a bit of getting used to, actually, learning to position the fingers and playing them while reading the notes. So that's what I've been doing for the last few weeks. First, getting to position the right hand and playing the keys there, and then learning with the left hand fingers as well, and playing the keys as well. So that's what I've been learning this last 7 weeks. Starting with the right hand and playing the keys, starting with my middle C and playing outwards to the right, and then with the left hand as well, starting with the middle C and then playing leftwards. And it does sound quite simple, doesn't it? But because your brain is absorbing so much information, it does take a while. In fact, my teacher told me about something about neural pathways. And essentially, the first time you do something, you're developing new neural pathways. And after a while, that crystallizes and it becomes part of what you know. But the first time you're doing it, you're firing off these new neural pathways in the brain. And then you practice and it sticks eventually. So that's what it's all about. Patience, consistency, and not getting frustrated with yourself. And I'm just gonna give you a little tinker of the ivories, just show you what I've learned so far. Nothing major. At the moment, I'm not even making any coherent sounds. I can't play a tune that you will recognize. I'm essentially just learning the alphabets and how to place my fingers, position my fingers. The other thing that I've tried to do, which I found really difficult, is that when you read the book, you're reading from left to right, and it's one line at a time. There comes a stage in music when you're reading music sheets where, because the right hand and the left hand can play simultaneously, you're reading two lines. You're reading one line for the right hand and you're reading the second line for the left hand, and you're reading those simultaneously. It takes some time getting used to, and I must say it's still a struggle for me. I can just about cope with playing with my right hand and my left hand in sequence, one after another, but playing both of them together at the same time is proving a bit of a challenge. But that's what this journey is all about. It's saying it's about making progress, those little gains, and just sticking with it. So I'm just gonna have a little tinker and just show you what I've learned so far. Nothing major. Like I said, I place my hands on the middle C and just go. If I'm holding it down for 4 beats, 2 beats, 1 beat. There's also something called staccato. Staccato means punchy, sharp and short and punchy, like that. Short and sharp and punchy. I think there's another one called legato, I think it is, which is a bit long and just flows. But these are all the things that I've been learning, and I'm looking forward to going back to my classes starting next week. I have a lesson every week on a Tuesday, half an hour, and then I do the homework myself. I practice using this book and just practice for as long as I can. Although it says 10 to 15 minutes, I've been trying to do a bit more in because it's taken me a bit longer just to get the hang of things. But I think it's the important thing is consistency. So until the next time, keep practicing and be encouraged.